Welcome to Module 8 of our Small Business Certified AI Strategist program. In this module, we'll continue from where we left off in the leader workshops. By now, you've spoken with the key stakeholders one by one or in groups, and you've gathered a long list of AI ideas based on two prompts. The first one, I wish I could automate X so that I can Y. And the second is, I wish I could predict X so that I can Y. Now, I want to stress that this is the exact same template that I use to lead workshops for medium and enterprise level businesses. You might be thinking that this is incredibly easy. Is this all that it is? Yes and no. So this is as easy as it is. I mean, this is the template that we genuinely use. And the response that you get from individuals when you say, fill out this one sentence template is sometimes you do get eye rolls and people are like, oh gosh, another management consultant that thinks he's going to solve all my business problems with a sentence. But what we're going to be doing is building on this one sentence template to be able to fish ideas out of individuals. And it is going to be crucial to helping us build that list of opportunities that we will eventually be able to transform into an actionable 12-month roadmap. So at this point, if you're feeling a little uneasy and you're saying, man, it took us 8 modules to figure out this one sentence, that is a valid concern, but we're going to be building on this every step of the way. And I'm going to be showing you the tools and giving you the tools that I use every single day in my agency when we lead these high power workshops. So all of the ideas up to this point that you have gathered through the workshops, you will have captured all of these ideas in what we call the AI opportunity spreadsheet. The AI opportunity spreadsheet has columns for the MICE score, the robust score, and it has notes on the current state of each process, the frustrations involved, the systems that the business already use. Now, in addition to this workshop where you had the one sentence templates, you also have some assets that you've already gathered. You've done some preparation work. You have that AI opportunity spreadsheet, that spreadsheet, which is the list of the ideas from all the leaders that you've held workshops with. You also have all the meeting notes from the sales process, from the workshops themselves. You have the list of the frustrations that were involved. You have the systems that the business already uses, and you have the positioning framework completed. You understand the goals of the business, at least the goals for leadership of the business. And now is the time for us to expand on this AI opportunity spreadsheet by introducing 2 new scoring methods that you've probably never heard of before. The first one is the robust scoring method, and the second is the MICE scoring method. And you'll be incorporating columns for quantifiable impact and notes inside of this AI opportunity spreadsheet. And this is the next vital step in refining your roadmap and prepping yourself for building that final delivery for your client. Before we dive into these scoring methods, let's establish where you are in the process. You're still, in essence, within the same leader workshop phase, but you've already completed the exercise to list out the automation and the prediction ideas that have been verbalized by the leader that you're meeting with. You've typed in each of the opportunities that they have mentioned, and you've asked any relevant follow-up questions and entered the initial details into the spreadsheet. Now you'll want to guide your client's leaders, whether it's the CEO or the department heads, through the scoring process for each item. You might want to do this together for 1 or 2 of the opportunities as an example, and then assign the rest as homework because there usually isn't enough time in a single meeting to go through everything. So your AI opportunity spreadsheet has a few critical columns that go beyond just capturing the data itself. It has the robust score, the MICE score, the quantifiable impact column, and the notes column. So let's take a look at each of these in detail. The robust column helps you determine whether an AI opportunity is best served by an off-the-shelf solution or if it's custom AI, or if it could be reasonably solved by either. So the robust score is our indicator, that is our scoring method to help us guide our research. And it is an acronym that stands for repo of data, optimized, budget, uptime importance, security, and time to market. So with repo of data, what you're going to ask individuals to do is to score each one of these words from 1 to 10, with 10 indicating the maximum importance, cleanliness, or urgency, depending on the category. And after scoring, you'll add up these numbers to get a total score. So, repo of data, they're going to ask themselves, does the business already have relevant data? And is that data clean, accessible, and plentiful? So, for each one of the opportunities, they're going to ask themselves that question and they're going to rank that from 1 through 10. So, does this business already have the relevant data for this particular opportunity? They're going to rank that 1 through 10. And then optimized, will this solution that they come up with, the AI solution, will it need continuous optimization? Will it need to be tweaked at all? If so, that might tilt you towards custom AI. And then B, budget. Would you be willing to allocate a significant amount of budget towards solving this problem? So, is this a high budget problem or is this a low budget problem? U stands for uptime importance. So, how mission critical is the reliability of this solution? If it can't ever go down, then that's a big factor. And then S is security. How sensitive is the data or process? So, for example, if you are building out a solution that is predicting your sales for the next quarter, that data might be a little bit more sensitive. So, they might rank that sensitive factor as maybe a 7 or 8. So, how sensitive is the data or process? And then T for time to market, that effectively means, can you wait? How quickly does the client need this solution deployed? Can they wait for this to be completed or do they need it tomorrow? If they need it tomorrow, then that's a low score. If they can wait, a year, 2 years, then that would be a high score. So again, you're going to score each dimension from 1 to 10, with 10 indicating the maximum importance, cleanliness, or urgency, depending on the category. After scoring, you're going to add these numbers up to get a total. And typically, these totals mean something. So if you have a total score for a particular AI tool between, let's say, 6 and 20, you'll want to lean towards off the shelf solutions. Those are typically going to be indicative of off the shelf. If it's 21 through 39, it could go either way, either off the shelf or custom AI. If it's a score that's above 40, you're going to need a highly specialized custom AI approach, and that's what's going to be recommended. So try walking through a single example with the leader in real time. You want to pick one item from the stakeholders list, maybe something like automating invoice approvals. Ask them about the data that they have, the critical nature of the process, their budget capacity, the security requirements, and so on. And you'll want to score each one of these in each category and sum it up and show them how the total guides the direction of the solution. Now, you might have time in your workshop to do the robust score for each one of these. But what's important is to do the robust score at least for one, total it up, and tell them the purpose of it. And then you'll want to move on to the mice score for that same AI opportunity. So that way you explain what the mice score is. So robust helps us choose between off the shelf or custom AI, and it helps us kind of direct our attention in the right area when we're doing our research of how do we actually build or identify the AI tool that can help with this AI opportunity that has been identified. Now, mice is useful because it helps us prioritize each opportunity with our overall list. At the end of all the stakeholder interviews, we might have 100 different projects. Genuinely, I've had over 100 different projects in some of these stakeholder meetings. And that can be an overwhelming list because you're not going to be able to build out all 100 of those opportunities. And some of the 100 opportunities aren't really great opportunities for you to pursue. So what our focus here is we are going through the throes of AI transformation in this business, and you need to focus on low-hanging fruit first. So mice is a scoring method that helps us score and prioritize each of the AI opportunities that exist within our overall list. Now, mice is an acronym as well. It stands for measurable impact, confidence, and ease. And for measurable, you'll want to ask yourselves, can I quantify the results, like time saved? How measurable is this? Can I see the revenue that's gained or the error reduction? So this AI opportunity that I've identified, is this success or failure? Is it measurable at all? And sometimes they'll have ideas of really great ideas, but they don't know how to measure it. Okay, if we can't measure it, we're not doing it. So it's important for us to understand if this can be measurable transparently, it'll have a 9 or a 10 score in terms of measurability. If it can't be measured, then it might be a 1. Now, for the next one, impact. How significant would the benefits of this project be if it succeeds? So, how much impact would it have on the business? Is this a 10 out of 10 or is this a low impact opportunity? Now, C, confidence. How confident are we that the project can actually be built? Now, a lot of the individuals that you meet with, they might not be as technically savvy. So they might not know if it's possible. They might not have much confidence because they just don't know. So encourage individuals during this phase to leave anything blank if they want your help in assessing the confidence or the ease score. So confidence is how confident are they that this can be built. And E is how easy, how straightforward can this be built? Now, ease and confidence, they kind of go hand in hand, but just know that I'm confident that I can find somebody to build a skyscraper, but that's going to be very, very difficult to do. It's going to be low ease, but high confidence, low ease, because I see skyscrapers everywhere, but it will be have a low ease score. So you have the same sort of dynamic that exists in AI where you might have high confidence that something can be built, but you might be, or your client might be unsure if it's easy. You'll also run into a trap where they'll have such high confidence and they've seen it somewhere, so they also think it must be easy. So you want to fact check the confidence and level set with the confidence and ease scores. So what you're going to do for each one of these acronyms is you'll want to score each opportunity from 1 through 10, and then you'll total each of these to get a final MICE score. So, for example, if one of the opportunities is, I wish I could automate invoice approvals, go through that MICE statement with the leader who proposed it. So, you want to make sure that you score this with them and they understand the criteria for scoring measurable impact, confidence, and ease, and then how you add them up. Now, once you do this for one example, you typically won't have time to score the rest of them because you just did the robust score, you just did the mice score, and time is ticking here for the 1 hour meeting. So, what I recommend is you can either offer to do the scoring yourself if you're confident that you can estimate these items properly. What I typically do is assign it as homework, giving them a hard deadline to fill out the robust and the mice scores for each of their proposed ideas. All right, once you've done the robust score, which helps you identify if the solution or the opportunity is solvable with off the shelf solutions, custom AI, or either. And after you've done the mice score, which helps us prioritize the big list of opportunities that we'll have at the end of these leadership workshops, there's an additional column that's incredibly important, which is quantifiable impact, which is where you will capture the rough financial or numerical value that is attached to each opportunity. You'll want to encourage these leaders to estimate whether the project could save them $10,000 or if it's $100 million opportunity. Having them at least ballpark a figure, even if they give a range, is crucial for two reasons. One is it's important for project prioritization. So we don't purely just go off of the highest MICE score. What we want to do is we also want to understand the financial impact that this opportunity can have on the business. So clearly, $100 million problem will carry more weight than a $1,000 opportunity, even if all else is equal. And the second reason goes back to our roots of our agency itself in value based pricing. So if you're ultimately solving a massive, costly issue for a client, then that has implications for how you price your services. Now, finally, in addition to quantifiable impact, there's a notes column, which gives individuals the space to elaborate on their scores or provide additional context if they're doing this as homework. Some folks might keep this short, while others will write paragraphs in this section. Either way, this can be invaluable in clarifying why a project received a particular score or how they arrived at their quantifiable impact estimate. Once each stakeholder has filled out the robust and mice columns, the quantifiable impact, and any notes for each of their ideas, You'll collect all of these spreadsheet tabs into a master worksheet. This is where the real fun begins. You'll see which opportunities rise to the top in terms of priority and feasibility. So you'll be able to quickly identify which of these solutions might be better served by a pre built tool versus a custom AI approach. So when you take all of these items that are in the individual tab and you put them into a master spreadsheet, the first thing that you'll want to do is sort by the mice score. You'll want to sort by the highest mice score first. Typically, the highest mice score will point towards the low hanging fruit. This is the biggest opportunity for you to make the largest, quickest impact in the business. So you'll want to sort that column by the highest mice score first, but also paying attention to the quantifiable impact column. And I'm going to go through an over the shoulder example of how to fill out the robust score, the mice score, lead the workshops, and also how do you take this from the individual tabs into the master list. So that way we can brainstorm our way through this AI roadmap phase. So as you have that consolidated view, you can start the R&D phase, researching the relevant technologies, exploring the possible vendors, or even crafting a prototype. We'll be providing prompts and templates and example workflows in future sessions so you can approach this R&D step very methodically. You can choose to do the R&D work yourself or you can delegate it to team members depending on the scope and the complexity of the engagement. Now, that concludes Module 8, Building a Strategic AI Roadmap, where we overview the AI Opportunity Worksheet. By the end of this step, you should have a clearer sense of each opportunity's potential, how difficult it might be to implement each opportunity, and the total value that each opportunity can deliver. This typically sets the stage for delivering a powerful AI roadmap report and presentation where you'll show the business exactly which projects to tackle first, when to tackle them, and how they'll impact the business's bottom line. Now that you've gathered all the data and you've begun scoring and prioritizing these ideas, you're one step closer to helping your clients see a tangible path forward. Next, we're going to dig into the details of turning these findings into your official deliverables, the AI Roadmap Report and the AI Roadmap Presentation. I'll see you in the next module where we're going to go even deeper into the packaging of these insights for maximum impact.